It's our first time out here at Denver Comic-Con, and there's so many people, and they love the games.
This is complete garbage. All of this can eat shit.
It feels like the whole Hassan cinematic universe is under fire right now. I mean, Ludwig is getting all the drama right now. Everybody and their mama is getting rent paid off making videos about him. I already made 2 myself, but I'm pretty bored. I could use the rent money. You know, we now don't have access to our social security checks when we retire, so it could help, but I'm just bored on the whole thing. I'd like to actually talk about his friend, PirateSoftware, who is a super easy guy to hate. You probably already know who he is. I made a video on him about 5 months ago about the infamous WoW drama.
Pirate, why are you walking, bro?
What are you talking about? Why am I walking? Look at my mana.
This is savageable. Come on, man.
Do you see my mana? What am I supposed to do for you? Because they're goddamn insane. Because this guild has turned into a content guild built on hate. Because they're freaking monsters, dude.
Which I don't want to get into again. It's so boring and not worth the time. If you're really curious, go watch my video on it. You probably already know who PirateSoftware is. He's the guy who uses MS Paint to unnecessarily explain things. He'll never let you forget where he used to work.
I worked at Blizzard, so when I first started at Blizzard, I worked at Blizzard for 7 years.
And he's just a generally unlikable guy because of the way he talks and the way he carries himself. You just kind of get the irk to dislike him. Other than that, he's been pretty hated for some of the stuff he does, like apparently he cheated in puzzle games to seem smarter, which I have no evidence of, so I'm just gonna kind of go with it. I don't really know.
He's being exposed for cheating puzzle game playthroughs now. It's blowing up again.
And he had his little therapy session with Dr. K, where Dr. K basically had to be like, look, brother, the way you talk is very condescending. I'm not gonna lie to you. And you would think he maybe learned from this, maybe he got better, he adapted. It just doesn't really seem like he's changed anything at all. He still seems so condescending.
God damn it, guys. So one of you pulled the ocular. Why? Now half the raid is dead. Oh, I swear to God, I'm gonna go back in the video and find out who pulled that damn thing, kick him out of the raid. That is insane shit. You have to be better than that. And we just lost all of those materials because you're not paying attention. This is basic shit. That is insane shit. Just lost 4 hours of crafting materials. Yeah, that kind of sucks. Of course I'm going to be a little bit upset about that.
So this is a recent clip from a Path of Exile game where PirateSoftware was playing with a group of people and someone supposedly pulled the ocular, which cost them a lot of time in game. It's a very big mistake and it's something you really don't want to do. So Pirate makes a big deal about this, and what do you think would happen if it turns out it was him?
I'm not at fault there. I'm correct there for doing that. 100%. That is not on me. No.
Well, he just doesn't apologize. He just carries on with the same condescending attitude, man. He not only, looks down on people, he can't own up to his own mistakes. So it just is two horrible combination of things. So, as you can see, he's a real game lover. He plays a lot of games. His content is centered around games. He was supposedly a game developer back in the day, but if you actually look at the positions he was held, he was never really a game developer. But anyways, this whole video comes from this whole new initiative called Stop Killing Games. Let me just read you what it's about real quick. Stop Killing Games is a consumer movement started to challenge the legality of publishers destroying video games they sold to customers. So it's kind of vague a little bit. It's meaning that games can't publish a game, you purchase it, and they just kill the game. Like Nintendo has been coming out with some recent things, like they're saying you don't actually own the rights to a game when you purchase it, you're just basically renting it. And so this movement is kind of to stop them from mistreating people and kind of find some legality there. It's just to challenge legality. It's not specifically for single player games. It's not specifically to make it so that every game that is online has to be provided a server. So, you have old 20-year Xbox 360 games like Call of Duty that people can still play because the servers are still running. But at any day, they could just pull down those servers. This movement isn't asking for them to continue them always until the end of the earth. What they're asking is to find some way to allow individuals to continue playing the game. That's all it's really asking. And Pirate, as a game lover, would obviously support this, right?
This is shit. It's shit. Oh shit, now this is actually really dumb. That's awful, dude. Eat my entire ass. The level of stupid that I just had to receive was like sitting on Twitter for 12 hours. This shit sucks. That's a really stupid-ass move. That's an incredibly stupid-ass move. I think this is ass. This is complete garbage. All of this can eat shit. That video made me actually mad. Like real mad. Not like fake memes mad. Like actually mad. Like I'm actually mad. Would you consider reaching out and talking to Ross about it? No. And the reason why is because I found his entire statement over the YouTube incredibly disingenuous. It's used car salesman garbage.
Guys, he's actually mad. So it seems like PirateSoftware doesn't like this act. He really fucking hates the Stop Killing Games movement. And it really makes no sense because let me remind you, this is in purpose to give more rights to the consumers and stop from video game companies having full rights to destroy whatever they want. It's not a clearly defined thing that they want. They just want more legal precedence over this because it's largely undefined. And you would think PirateSoftware, someone who coded and had to solve problems that people really haven't solved before, you would think he would understand the nuance of the situation, but no, he has to clearly define it, and that's why he's so mad, is because he literally doesn't understand it.
For those who don't understand, the Stop Killing Games initiatives is basically we don't want single-player games to have DRM that the developers can turn off and thus render the single-player games inactive anymore. This is what they want to change. It is vague. They need to be specific that they're talking about single-player games that do not need a server to support. The idea that suddenly you need to make every single live service game playable single-player offline? No, dude.
So, as you can see, he just doesn't know what he's talking about. It never, ever, a single time mentions it being only about single-player games. The Stop Killing Games movement doesn't care if it's a single-player or multiplayer or whatever game. It never states that it does. It never states that single-player specifically. And I'm pretty sure the reason he thinks this is because he thinks that it needs to become a single player to play offline or something like that, which is why I tried to kind of emphasize the Call of Duty lobbies earlier. But nope, that's just not what the movement is about. It's a movement act. I keep calling it different things, but it's same thing. And because he talked about this, mind you, unprompted, no one asked him to do this. Because he talked about this, it's everywhere. Most people are hearing about the hate. If you have heard about Stop Killing Games, it's probably because of this clip, or probably from PirateSoftware. There's a pretty good chance that he is the one who told you about it in some way. Well, I'm here to tell you that this YouTuber, Accursed Farms, is actually the guy who started it. He wrote out this document. It's very simple to read. It's not that long, and it's not confusing. Doesn't really use big words other than obsolescence. I don't really know. I'll leave it in the description. If it gets over 1 million, apparently it has to go into European law. So if I post this when there's still time to sign the petition, you should do it in the description if you live in Europe. I don't live in Europe. But yeah, he is the guy who started this, and let me show you how he talks about how PirateSoftware influenced it.
Okay, I really don't want to do this next part, but it's become a liability for the campaign for me not to. Our biggest critic by far is YouTuber and streamer PirateSoftware. If your only exposure to Stop Killing Games has been this video, then you've been misinformed. This video is by someone who does not understand the campaign, has been trying to stop it, and has been making up what it is about. Now you might be thinking, okay, so some YouTuber got something wrong on the internet. So what? See, that was my thinking too. The problem is how incredibly influential this YouTuber has been. Remember that list of coverage on the campaign? Well, best I can tell, Thor's coverage has been bigger than literally anyone else on those lists, except Asmongold. And the only video Asmongold had on this bigger than Thor's was about Thor's video.
It's a real shame. PirateSoftware definitely had a destructive impact on the Stop Killing Games movement, and at some point he even encouraged people to not sign up for it. He said he was going to encourage people not to, and
not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to.
I feel like that kind of has to be illegal, especially since he's misinformed. Like, that feels like some kind of defamation thing, but I don't really know at the end of the day. And on the bright side, it kind of looks like this guy just can't take any W's. Like, you know, some people can't take L's. PirateSoftware can't take any W's. I mean, everywhere he walks, it's just a trail of L's and L's, man. Like, every take he has is just so evil and so bad. And then as soon as he gets called out for it, he never apologizes. I've never seen the guy apologize for one thing in my entire life. And keep in mind, everything I've talked about so far where he goes on a rant and gets mad, he will then go on Twitter and then go on another rant and then block everyone who disagrees with him every single time. And that happened again after this whole Stop Killing Games Act. He was reportedly put into another video game and made fun of. There was an MMORPG game where it would use a lot of streamers' likeness to make fun of them. And in Reddit, there was a post of someone making fun of him using a cockroach.
As much as you're angry right now, of course I...
So then PirateSoftware decided to take legal action, or threatened to.
And said that he was using my voice in a video game, showed a bunch of videos of it, and then put that game up on Steam. Cannot use somebody's likeness or voice in any way inside of your games without their permission.
He never actually checked if he was in the game. He just made some shit up about it and threatened legal action. I really wish there was some type of comeuppance for this video. I wish he had a win at the end, but it really doesn't seem like he's going to get a W in a long time. It's unfortunate to see. It happens to the best of us sometimes. But, you know, we all can look back and grow. We can change. We can learn from our mistakes. Unlike someone who is so stuck up, they don't think they have any flaws at all. So, other than that, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. You should like and subscribe. I'll see ya.